Howdy, howdy, howdy. Good morning. Happy Friday. Freedom flow this morning with me, Goose. Welcome to your mat. Let's get started right away. We are going to start lying on our backs this morning. So finding a comfortable place on your mat, on your back. So release your legs down if it's comfortable. If it's more comfortable to have your legs slightly bent up, then have them slightly bent up. Lay like a starfish if you want. Bring your hands to your body if that feels better. And just take a few breaths. Take a couple moments. Soak it up. Really let your body be heavy here on the mat. Maybe take a slight movement in the toes. Maybe touch the fingers to the thumb one at a time. Just take notice of the small pieces. And then really draw your attention to your breath. Notice how it feels. Notice what it brings. Maybe what it takes away. When you're ready, starting your yoga breath, Ujjayi Pranayama breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale first through the mouth, long and slow. Deep inhale through the nose. When you're ready, exhaling through the nose as well. Draw the belly in, using your diaphragmatic breath. That vagus breath. Back of the throat constricted, vagus nerve, stimulating that overall calming sensation. One more breath here, focusing your energy inward on yourself. Maybe feeling a little excited this morning, coming to your mat, being able to just be whatever you want, whoever you want, feel however you want. And then slowly bring the knees into the chest. A little rock back and forth as you tuck them in. Big breath, in and out. And then rock and roll up until you come to a seated posture, facing the front of your mat. Right leg crossed in front of the left. Big breath right into it. Hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Really seat your roots down into your mat. Relax your knees out and away from the body. Big breath here. Exhale, forward fold. Now that you've seated your sit bones down, stay rooted back behind you in your hips and just lengthen the body out in front of you. Come up onto your fingertips. Lift the shoulders up as high as you can. Melt the head down if you can. And exhale, release the arms back down onto the mat. And slowly roll back up. Switching legs, left leg in front of the right now. Deep breath in, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more just like that. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. And again, inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the fingers out as far as you can. Come onto fingertips, melt the head down. Big, long stretch in the back of the neck. Draw the shoulders open away from the ears. Slowly release the hands back down, roll back up. And find downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out your downward dog here. First one. Let your breath move your body into This upside down V shape. Remember to hug the outside of the shoulders in towards the front of the body. Open up the space between your shoulder blades. Press through the fingers all the way to the pinky edges, coming slightly off the palms and the wrists. Press through the heels as much as you can. Maybe bend the knees here a couple of times. Take a breath in. Exhale, walk the hands back to the back of your mat, to the toes. Find your forward fold, ragdoll. Dangle here. Feel a stretch. Right hand plants to the center of the feet. Bend the right knee generously. Release back into your left hip and then lift the left arm up for a nice twist in your forward fold. More you can push and drive that left hip back, lengthening through. Making sure you stay a little bit more in the left toes than the left heel. Not too much pressure in the back of your left knee. Exhale, come back to the center. Switch it out. Left hand plants or drawn down. Bending your left knee. Press back through the right hip. Remember to come onto the right toes a little more. Right arm lifts up towards the ceiling. Feel that big twist. Every breath out. Squeezing your lower abdomen in so you can twist a little bit more. And exhale, come back to the center. Forward fold. Lift and lengthen halfway up. Come onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, more weight into the front of the foot than the back of the foot as you fold down. You'll feel a little more length in the back of the legs as you do that. Again, half lift. Bend the knees if you need to. Exhale, fold. Rise up all the way, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Lift the toes, give them a wiggle. Replant them down, really driving down through the four corners of your feet. Arches slightly lifted up into the leg. Open the chest up nice and wide. Elbows out, lifted. Tailbone drawn underneath you as you squeeze your lower abdomen in. Lengthening through. Inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Still continuing to feel that length in the body. Lift halfway. Exhale, walk your hands out to downward facing dog. Right leg steps forward. Find your low lunge here. Come down onto the left knee if you need to. Stay up off the left knee for that next level of your practice. Lift the shoulders, pull the chest out in front of you. Exhale back into modified pyramid. Back heel may not land all the way. Deep breath in, shift back into that lunge. Stay active in the back leg, even if it's bent down. Exhale back into modified pyramid. One more time into that low lunge. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, step the left leg forward. Forward fold. Lift up halfway. Exhale, release down. Rise up, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Big inhale here. Exhale through the mouth. Hands sweep up, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Heart lifts halfway, breath in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step it back to downward facing dog. Left leg steps forward. Find your lunge. Come down onto the right knee if needed, or stay up. Stay active in the back leg no matter which one that you take, squeezing and wrapping. So feel that scissoring in the inner thighs. On an exhale, hips back. Straighten the front leg, press through the toes. Not locking the knee out. Inhale, come back to that lunge. Lift the gaze, lift the heart out in front of you. Stay tight and active in the core. Exhale, rock it back. Inhale into the low lunge. Exhale, step the right foot up to the left, top of the mat. Forward fold. Lift halfway on your inhale. Exhale, release down. Rise up, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Hands sweep up, high mountain. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit back and down. So bring your hips back, draw your tailbone down, tilt your hips back and in. So pull your lower belly in, activate. Press into the outer edges of your heels. So we're smiling them out. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, hands to heart, chair pose. Pull the lower belly in. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale again, sit down. One more time, inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Step your feet back to high plank. Take a breath in, squeeze the body together. Exhale, lower down, elbows tucked into the sides of the body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So chaturanga, skipping that, and just coming down to downward facing dog next time, if that's too advanced for you today, or you can always come through knees and do chaturanga on your knees. Big deep breath in, exhale out. Inhale, right leg sweeps up. Exhale, stack the hip, bend the right knee. Try to square the shoulders once more. Let your head dangle. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Take that lunge again, deep breath in. Exhale, back to modified pyramid. And then we're gonna rise up, bending the front knee, plant the back heel, warrior one. So shifting the shoulders to face the front, as well as the hips as much as they will. So if you need to step the back leg forward, you can. Your hips do not have to square towards the front, but you're actively trying to draw your right hip or the front hip back, pressing the back hip forward as much as it will. And then press back through the back edge of your back leg. Keep trying to squeeze your heels together. Feel that scissoring. Pull the lower belly in. Exhale, take it down to your mat. Step the right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg lifts and stack. Bend the knee. Remember to try and square the shoulders again. Let the head be loose. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Deep breath in into the lunge. Lift the head, the heart. Exhale, back to modified pyramid. Inhale into your lunge. Plant the back heel. Warrior one. So in this warrior one, trying not to let your front hip bow out. Bring it in underneath you. So really squeezing that glute. And again, try to bring your heels together underneath you. So feel that scissoring of the inner thighs. And then engagement. Exhale, take it down. Three-legged dog, breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath here. Exhale, bend the knees and hop the feet to the top of the mat. Try to land as softly as you can. Breath in, half lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up all the way, hands to the sky. Exhale, chair pose. Sit down into it, bring your hands to heart. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, chair pose. This time take a twist to the right. Left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, back up, high mountain. Twist to the other way. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Heart lifts halfway. Chaturanga. Exhale, step the feet back. High plank. Deep breath in. Pull the lower belly in. Come to knees if you need to. Lower the body down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Heart kind of comes out in front of you. Exhale, hips to sky. Sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Deep breath in, lunge. Lift the head and the heart. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale into lunge, warrior one. Exhale, take it down. Three-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Deep breath in. Take that lunge, scissor the legs. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, lunge and warrior one. Exhale, take it down to your mat. Three-legged dog, bring the left leg back. Exhale, downward dog. Top of the mat once more, so take a breath in. Bend the knees, exhale it out, and bring the feet to hands. Lift the heart halfway. Exhale, fold. One more time through all the way, hands to the sky, high mountain. Exhale, chair, post it back and down into the hips. Hands to heart, high chair. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Empty out all the way, inhale, high mountain. Exhale, prayer twist the other side. High mountain once more. Forward fold. Heart lifts halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. From downward dog, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Into the lunge. Exhale, modified pyramid. Into the lunge and warrior one. This time add on to warrior two. So open up that external rotation in your left hip. So that left hip opens up, right hip stays the same, right toes stay the same. Body is facing towards the side edge now as well. Big breath here. Exhale, right elbow to right knee. Take a big swing arm, the left arm up over your left ear. Take a breath here. Exhale, goalpost the arm, pull the elbow back. Keep the right side of the body long. Engage your core. Inhale, lengthen your left arm. Exhale, goalpost again. Once more, inhale here. Keep your left arm here. Now bring your right arm, exhale. Pull the lower belly in. Come all the way down to that low lunge. Three-legged dog once more. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Lunge, lift the head, lift the heart. Stay active in your legs. Exhale, back to modified pyramid. Into that lunge, sweep up, create warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. So external rotation in your right hip. Open all the way, left hip stays facing the same. Left leg points forward, and your body is now to the side as well. Big breath here. Relax down off your shoulders. Come back to your breath. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm sweeps up and over. Big inhale here. Exhale, goalpost. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, goalpost. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lengthen your left arm. Stay here, stay long. Exhale, take it down. Left leg lifts up behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come down onto child's pose. Knees out as wide as comfortable. Release your hips back and down. Forehead to the mat. Take a few minutes. A few breaths. So really just feeling what that freedom is like for you. Slowly coming up into big toe posture. So knees together underneath you. Curl your toes underneath you. Set the hips back over the heels. Bringing your hands to the tops of your legs. Shoulders back and down. We'll stay here for 10 breaths. This is 1. Trying to quiet your mind. Notice your breath. To rise and fall. Let your body shift wherever it needs to, wherever it will. Trust your body that it can stay here, even in that discomfort. We're already halfway there. 5 more breaths. Make your exhales as long and slow and purposeful as you can. Draw the belly in. 3 more. Right about now, we're super uncomfortable. Take a breath in. Hold it at the top. Take a little more in. And let it out all the way. Rocking forward onto the hands. Uncurl the toes gently, softly. Flatten the feet down. Now sit back onto your feet, flat on the mat. Feel that stretch. Maybe even walk your hands back behind you. And lifting your knees. So big extension in your ankles now. Lift the head, draw the shoulders back. So stay here for a couple more breaths, come out of it if you need to, and then come back into it. For a little more of a challenge, see if you can balance your hands down, maybe even come just onto fingertips. See if you can push into the tops of your feet and lift. So squeeze your glutes, lift your hip flexors up. Lower down. Big quad stretch and quad work. Coming back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Okay, little core shoulder work in this next sequence. And I'm going to demonstrate here first really quick. Right leg's going to lift up. We're going to come into high plank. Exhale, bring the right knee underneath you. Hollow out the chest. Protract your shoulders up above you. As you inhale, we're going to lower down to chaturanga. Lift your back leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. We'll do 2 or 3 of them. Exhale, knee to chest, and then flatten your foot down underneath you. Come up for crescent. So squaring your hips, scissor the legs, stack your knee over the front. Feel a nice big stretch in your hip flexor as you straighten back through your knee, not your ankle. So not pressing back through your heel, keep your heel stacked over your toes. Big breath in, exhale, hands to heart, and take a prayer twist. So if you feel wobbly or off balance, try heel toeing your front foot out just a little bit, widening your track. You'll have more balance and stability. Taking your prayer twist, change your gaze slowly. Use your breath to open your chest up nice and wide. Pull the lower belly in, kind of lifting it up off of the leg. And exhale, take it down. Right leg comes back. Exhale, cross it underneath you to your left elbow. Step it through. Find fallen star. So rotate onto the sole of the left foot. Left arm lifts. Hips lift high. Big breath in. Another one. Exhale, lower the left hand. Right leg sweeps up behind you again, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. And now kicking the left leg up behind you. So trying to find warrior 3 here. Bring the outside of the left hip down. Remember not to lock your knee out in the front leg, so stay in the ball and the toes of the feet, slight bend in the knee. Keep driving down through the back of your right leg, squeeze your right glute, squeeze your inner thighs together, lift the head and the heart, but keep your back leg up as well. See if you can bring your hands to the front. And then exhale, lower the hands and half moon. So right hand stays down, find a block or a stack of books. We're gonna peel and stack, just like we did in downward dog earlier. Stack your left hip over your right, keep squeezing and activating your right glute. And then peel your chest open. Let the whole side of your body face the left. Flexing your left foot. Squeeze your core in. Exhale, forward fold. Shake out the right leg and the left. Lift the heart halfway, breath in. Exhale, fold down. Rise up, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lifting your right leg now, out in front of you. Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain. Exhale, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Starting to sit back and down into that chair. So it's like a one-legged chair or standing figure four. Pulling the lower belly in. Sit back into your heel, back into your hips. Come down as low as you can. Little extra challenge. If you want, plant your hands down in front of you. Keep your leg crossed over. If you want to take flight, you can take flight from here. You know that if that's in your practice. If you don't know what I mean, I'll show you. But then on the next few, I don't necessarily have to do them. You can just choose to do that in your own time, in your own practice. Hands planted down, hooking or sickling my right foot around my left arm, letting my leg power into the back of my arm. Taking that left leg. Bringing it back in and down. Everybody straighten your legs now, keeping that right ankle crossed over the left knee. Forward fold here. Again, not locking the left knee out. And exhale, drop the right leg, forward fold, everybody. Little wiggle side to side, ragdoll. Again, remember, this is freedom flow. So I am challenging you to open up the barriers of your freedom a little bit. Challenging your mind and your body. Challenging your body, yes, maybe to do new things, more difficult, challenging postures, but it's also a challenge of the mind and the ego. So if your body's not ready for it, I'm challenging your mind and your ego to just let go and do what you can, and being okay with not doing it exactly the way that I'm presenting it, or maybe someone else that you know. Lift halfway up, exhale, chaturanga. Left leg sweeps nice and high. So we're gonna do that core workout again. Big breath in. Exhale, bring it underneath you. Inhale, kick it back as you lower the heart. Exhale underneath you. This time, step it through. Crescent lunge, rise up. Again, if you need to come down onto your knee, come down onto your knee. Scissor the thighs. Remember to heel toe that front leg out just a little bit if you feel off balance. Widening your tracks, but still scissoring and pulling your left hip back, letting your right hip come forward. And then remember tilting those hips back. Engage your core. Opening up your hip flexor as you press through your knee. Exhale, hands to heart center. Prayer twist over to the other side. Holding here for another breath. Exhale, take your hands down. Sweep the left leg back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross it underneath you, bring it to your right elbow. Step it through. Fallen star. So come down onto the sole of your right foot. Right hand up, lift the hips nice and high. Dropping your right hand down. Three-legged dog again. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Lift the right up. So warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3 again. Flexing the right foot. Toes are down. Press and squeeze through your left leg, all while staying a little soft in the knee. Hands to heart first. Lifting up through the body and the leg. See if you can make that straight line. Drop the outside of the right hip as you squeeze those thighs together. Pull the belly in. Dropping the hands down again. Half moon. Stack your hip first. Flex your right foot. Stay strong in that leg. Wrap the body open as well when you're ready. Exhale, forward fold. Heart lifts halfway. And exhale, fold down. Rise up, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Ekapada Tadasana on this leg. So lifting our left leg out in front of us, not bowing forward, keeping the chest up tall. Really drive down through your right glute, right leg. Cross the ankle over the right knee and sit back and down into that standing figure four. So I'll show you that sickling from this side. We'll go through this series one more time to let everybody just kind of do that freedom. So hands come down nice and low. You can bring them to the ground. And I sickle flex my left ankle, wrap it around my arm. A lot of core here, squeezing up and in. Especially when you drive. So pushing your left leg down, left foot down into your arms so that helps engage your core to lift that back leg up. Bring it down. Everybody come into forward fold from wherever you are at. And exhale, release the left leg down. Shake it out, ragdoll. Come to center, lift halfway up, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower down into downward facing dog. Okay, one more time through. Again, if none of this feels right, do your own thing. If only a couple feel right, then just do the couple that do. Change it up however you need to. This is Freedom Flow Friday. Right leg lifts. Bring it underneath you. Lower down, kick that back leg up. If you can only do one, then just do one. Crescent lunge. Exhale, prayer twist. To the right. Stay for a breath. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross it underneath you. Step it through. Fallen star. Take 2 breaths. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Warrior 3. And then see if you can just change into half moon from there. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen your heart halfway. And fold down. Rise up, hands to the sky. Right leg kicks out in front of you, Ekapada Tadasana. Cross it over, standing figure 4. So again, take your virgin. Maybe it's just sitting here balancing over that left foot. Really strengthening your ankle by lifting the arch up in, pressing down through all 4 corners of the foot. See if you can come down a little bit lower. Maybe just reach the hands out in front of you. Trying that arm balance if you'd like. Again, pressing through your right foot, whatever leg is bent. The more you drive that down, the more you can press. So it's that root to rise in yoga. Coming out of whatever depth you were in, or maybe you weren't diving deep into it, maybe you were flying. Everybody keep your right ankle over the leg. Take a forward fold. And exhale, release the right leg down. Heart lifts halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Left leg sweeps high. Bring it underneath you. Lower down. Step it through. Crescent lunge. Prayer twist. Exhale, hands to heart. Take your twist to the left. Think about reaching your right shoulder out, not so much bringing your elbow, but reach the shoulder first to stay long in that right side of the body. Exhale, come to center. Step the left foot back. Cross it underneath you. Step it through. Fallen star, 2 breaths. Three-legged dog on a breath in. Exhale, step it through. Warrior 3. Rise up. And then transitioning into that half moon, stack your hips. Exhale, forward fold. Heart lifts halfway. Exhale, fold down. Rise up, Ekapadottanasana. Left leg lifts this time. Crossing it over. Sit back and down. Standing figure 4. So taking that flying posture, or getting down as low as you can. Everybody come into that standing figure 4, fold over. And release the left leg down. Take a wide stance here. Come down into a nice frog squat. Lower the hips down, knees out, elbows to the inside. A little wiggle, twist in the hips. Maybe pause on one side. And then the other. And then come to center. Big breath in. Exhale out. Focus on your breath. Feel that rise and fall, that yang, that energy, that powerhouse in you. And now just find that softening. Bringing that balance back into your body. Find your breath. Toes in line with your heels. Lifting the hips up, so 90 degree in the hips, 90 degree in the knees. Belly's resting on the legs right now, but we're gonna bring the knees out. Stop resting the belly on the knees. Hands out, lower belly in. Sit back into your hips. Knees out for 3. 2. Last breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe the feet back together. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Exhale, fold. Come down onto your toes and take a nice squat here. So a little balance. Working a lot with our ankles today. Coming up onto the toes. Squeeze your ankles together. So stay into all of your toes by not allowing this to sickle out, but keep your ankles together. Maybe bring one arm up and then the other. With any balanced posture in yoga, a lot of it is your gaze. So finding that drishti, that 1,000-yard stare, and then coming to your breath. Ankles squeezed together. Staying on your toes. Let your body tremble and shake. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Come down onto your sit bones. Legs straight out in front of you. Ankle rolls. How much time do we have? Awesome, perfect timing. So ankle rolls. We're gonna do reverse tabletop. So bring the soles of the feet underneath you, hands behind you, fingertips facing away from you. Big breath in here and exhale, press the hips up nice and high. Draw the shoulders underneath you. See if you can rest your head on the back and top of your shoulders. Lift the hips up high. Dragon's breath out. One more. Lowering down. Baddha Konasana, butterfly, soles of the feet together. Big breath in. Oh, and release down and forward. Feel your breath. Again, once more, just coming back to that. When I was going through yoga teacher training, they asked for one word in the very beginning, the very first day. And they asked, what do you want out of this? What are you wanting to achieve or obtain or receive from this? And you had to say it in one word. And I said freedom. Absolute freedom out of my yoga practice, out of my life, the way that I live, the way that I breathe. All of it is just the freedom to be however I want to be, however I really am, freedom to be authentic. And I think a lot of us just feel trapped sometimes that we don't have that freedom. And that's why you come to your mat, because on your mat you do. On your mat, you have freedom to be exactly who you are, however that you are in that moment. Slowly rolling up. Big, deep runner's lunge stretch today. So coming onto hands and knees. We'll come through a few cat-cows. I love to visit cat-cows. Not necessarily always in the beginning of class, but towards the end, because that's when things have really started to move and open. So inhale, cow. Remember, arms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Exhale, cat your spine. Anchor down, pull your shoulders up, and then inhale, pull the shoulders back. And then push them up, and then release them down. One more big push. Whew. Stepping the left leg forward. Come into that, like I said, deep runner's lunge or dragon. We call this dragon. And there's different versions of dragon. If you know that you're into the splits already and you want to practice splits, you can take that here. But I like to kind of windshield wiper the leg first just a little bit. Sometimes I feel things kind of shifting and moving a little bit, working through that tightness. So just giving it a little movement, mobility, kind of bring some fluid into the joint space. And then come down into it a little deeper. Now you can bring your ankle back underneath you if you want to get more flexion in your ankle, or just keep those toes out and really allow your hip on the left side to open outward. And I'll turn and show you what I mean by that. So even if you come off the sole of your foot, that's okay. If you want to stay on the sole of your foot, I like to do that as well. Help open and strengthen my ankle. And then you can take a little twist here if you'd like. And as you take that twist, notice you feel that right hip come down and forward even more. So you're really getting a big stretch in that hip flexor here on the right side in your psoas. And then the left side, you're getting a big external rotation and opening here. So that's helping with your piriformis. Everything that is all in the hip flexors here, this is a really good stretch. Always make sure you hit both sides. Shoulders stay relaxed back and down. And then if you want to come to the center and come down low on your forearms. Important thing here is coming down onto your forearms only if your hips are down nice and low. So see, my spine is long and you don't want to be rounded here like this because it's really not doing much. Seems pretty uncomfortable actually. So if your hips are down nice and low and your spine can follow down with a long straight line, then go ahead and come down onto your forearms. We're here for just a couple more moments. And then slowly bring yourself up. We'll rock the hips back over the knee, the right knee, and straighten the left leg. And you can bring it more in front of you in line with your chest and your left shoulder. Ooh, that leg is shaking. I'm tight. So even yogis get tight. I definitely have some stagnant energy that's working its way out. I don't know if you guys can see this foot moving, but it is shaking. So those are good shakes. Those tremors are good for the body. Let them shake, let them tremble. Just means there's some tension that's being held in that space, wherever it is. And see, notice it's calmed down. There it is. I stayed in it, just observed, let it do its thing, breathed, and it's done. It's over. The body is a wonderful, amazing machine all on its own. Other side. So bring that left leg back behind you. Stretch it out behind you if you want. Hip circles if you like. I always love just comparing both sides and visiting them. So like right now my left hip just feels super open and stretched out and mobile and amazing, ready to run a marathon. Maybe not right now, but... And then that right side feels kind of dark and dingy and cobwebby. So let's bring some light into that other side. Again, same thing. We can kind of windshield wiper out the right hip, get some mobility into it. And then come down into your depth, however you're going to be. Again, if you want to come off of the sole of the right foot or if you want to stay down. Keep the shoulders relaxed. I'm taking a nice twist here, which is really bringing my left hip flexor down into the mat, and I love that feeling. Big opening all the way down, kind of wraps down into my inner thigh, that psoas. And then come back to the center. This is where you get to find your depth if you want. Again, remember, it depends on how low your hip is. If you can come down into it. This is where I like to play with my body here sometimes too, see if I can get this leg up over my shoulder. Take one last breath here, and then coming up. And once more shifting so that your hips come back over your left knee. Bring that heel in front of your right hip so that right leg is straight out in front of you. Ooh, same thing here. It's definitely tremoring. So just relaxing forward. Notice I'm not rounding down here. My tremors will actually lessen if I do this, but if I pull my heart out in front, I just pulled a little bit more on my hamstrings. So that's really what's tight today is my hamstrings, which is funny because it doesn't happen very often. I think it's all the double unders I did today, this week. So just really tighten the back of my legs, and there's those tremors. So just a few breaths. Pull your hips back. Release your sacrum back behind you. Oh, there they go. The tremors stopped. Another big breath in. And exhale out. Bring the right leg back behind you. Same thing here. Find a stretch or a movement, a counter stretch that feels right. And then knees together underneath you. Take embryo posture. Rock the hips back and down over you. Curl up into a ball. Bring your forehead as close to your knees as you can, the top of it. So tuck your chin into your chest. And then bring your arms back to your heels. We're going to come into rabbit. So lifting your hips up. Notice you get that bend, that stretch in the back of your neck, all the way down your traps. So again, chuck the chin to the chest.
I probably sound like I'm in a tunnel. Keep the weight on your legs more than your head. So don't put too much weight in your head because then you'll overextend out through your neck. And then slowly come back down.
Lifting up. Okay, last one, hard opener today. Opposite of that rabbit that we were just doing, camel posture. And I like to, again, lubricate the hips before we do this. So I like to warm up with my hips, just giving it a couple of hinges. So lifting up, pressing the hips forward, coming back through the hips, and again, coming up, pressing them forward. Okay, the first one, bring your hands to your back pockets, fingers facing down, elbows back, shoulders open. Take an inhale here, just like we do when we're standing and we do our back bends. Exhale, push the hips forward, bring the gaze back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bend. And again, one more time this way. Press your hips forward. Okay, side to side. If you have a block or stack of books, place them on the outside of your right foot or the inside of your right foot. Take a nice deep breath in. If you can grab your ankle, you can grab your ankle. Again, pushing your hip forward will help you gain access to your right ankle. Left arm up. So this is just a half camel. Try to release your chest up towards the sky as you push your hips forward. Exhale, come up. And then we'll do the other side. I'll turn so you can see. Again, left hand down on the leg or stack of books, a block, whatever. But if you can push your hips forward and really kind of open your chest and your sternum, it makes it more available for you to find your ankle. Again, half camel. And come up. Okay, now, if you want to try full camel, different ways to get there. You know your body. So if it's easier for you to come to the center, take your gaze back. If you can see the wall behind you, or even better yet, the floor behind you, you have it. You just need to release your hands back. So if you can do this, and you can see back behind you, I bet you anything, you have this. Sometimes it's better to start on one side. Feel that opening space, let your shoulders and your chest open, and then just round down. Let the other hand come down. Again, rocking a little bit forward here, releasing into the hips. Big opening on the front side of the body. And slowly come up. And seated posture. Knees bent, scoot your sit bones forward, curl up into a ball for a minute.
Feel the roundness of the spine, release of the tailbone down below you. Big belly breath to open up your lumbar sacral space. And then slowly rolling back onto your spine.
Straightening your left leg out, pull the right knee into the body. Big deep breath in as you do, and then exhale, release it over to the left as you roll into your left hip. Big supine twist. Right arm extends out to the side. Exhale, come to center. Hug your right knee in. Bring it to the outside even. Pulling the lower belly in. Stay active in your belly here. And then right leg extends down. Pull the left knee in. Same thing. Rotate, twist over. Big breaths. Try to release your left shoulder back and down. Bring the gaze over to the left as well. And back to center. Again, hug the knee in, pull the lower belly in, kind of pike it into the body, press it into the spine behind you, the mat. And then hugging both knees into the chest. Lumbar sacral rock and massage. Soles of the feet down on the mat, pressing your hips up for bridge. Hands can come underneath you, find a bind, or grab your ankles even. And that'll help you kind of wrap your shoulders underneath you, opening your chest up even more. From the center, keep the hips lifted up nice and high. You can bring your hands underneath your hips if you don't have a block with you for supported bridge. And then you can even lift your legs up from here for your inversion. Everybody lift your legs up from wherever you're at into whatever you want. And when you're ready, slowly lowering down. Roll your spine from top to bottom. Bring your legs down gently. Feel yourself just kind of melt into your mat. Find a comfortable place in your body and your mind. And when you're ready, let your breath go. Relax your body. And find your Savasana. Remember, you can always stay in your Savasana longer. But if you feel ready, start bringing your mind back. Bringing movement back into your body as you stretch, wiggle, roll, shift, side to side, rotate. Feel all the strength in your body, all the softness, the release, the renewal. Slowly rolling onto your favorite side. Take your time, pause there. And then coming up to a seated posture. Legs crossed in front of you. Hands to heart, palms together. Finding gratitude each and every day, most of all for yourself, for those around you, for the things that you do have in your life. Concentrating on what you do have instead of what you don't have. It is a game changer. So we take our thumbs to third eye. All the freedom in me today, season honors the freedom in all of you. As we bow forward together and say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend, I hope. Enjoy your Friday. It is beautiful where I live. I hope it is beautiful in some way or another where you are. Have a good one.